Professor Yong Zhao is a distinguished foundation professor at the University of Kansas. He's currently in the Department of Educational Psychology. As I mentioned, he and I just released a book called Duck and Cover, but Yong, I think, has written about 18 or 19 other books, and he's listed many times as one of the 5 most impactful educators in the entire world. He's been with us at KU for about 8 years. He also holds a distinguished professorship at the University of Melbourne. He is in the National Academy of Education, and he's a fellow of the International Academy of Education. With that, let me introduce my friend and colleague, Yong Zhao. When his talk is over, because he's not here, I will try to answer the 1 or 2 questions that you might have, and then we'll break into the rooms and go and do that. So, Aspen, if you would key the talk, Professor Yong Zhao.
Good morning. I'm Yong Zhao. I'm a foundation distinguished professor at the University of Kansas. Sorry that I'm not able to be there with you in person. I wish I could. And however, time just does not allow. I am right now in Australia. But I do want to share with you some new thinking I have had since the arrival of ChatGPT. I am sure many of you have heard about it, have played with it, have tried to use it, or maybe using it for various purposes. But education right now is faced with this new challenge. There are various versions of conversations about what ChatGPT is, what it can do, what implications it may have for education. Currently, I think there are several trends, but I don't think they're very productive. The first one is the big concern that students might use ChatGPT to do their homework, to do their testing, to cheat, to lose academic integrity. And that is a concern that has caused many educational systems, many cities, many governments trying to ban the use of ChatGPT, like they would ban the use of iPhone in the classroom. Another big trend is that a lot of writers or scholars in educational technology have been trying to publish books, articles about how teachers should use ChatGPT in their teaching. But the teaching is about the same as before. So you can use ChatGPT to teach French history, for example, or to teach mathematics, or to teach statistics. You can use it to teach practically anything, writing, of course, and reading, and foreign languages, anything. And it's a lot of good advice for teachers to use it right now. Another trend is to think about ChatGPT possibly to assist human beings to do a lot of work. Some schools have been asking students to improve over ChatGPT products. And all of this are what I would say meaningful, but not significantly productive in the long run. I think what we need to think about is ChatGPT signals the arrival of a new age, the new age of smart machines. ChatGPT is just one of the artificial intelligence tools or AI tools that has become popular. There are many others. Google's Bard is coming, language models. Many companies are working on this. And what in essence it means is that human societies will be transformed by ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence tools. So I think as teachers, as educators, we need to think about what does that mean? For a long time, we have been talking about the 21st century skills. When technology becomes powerful, it replaces certain human jobs. It disrupts a lot of human activities, and it gives human beings a new capacity to do different things. And this is the long-term change we should anticipate. You know, for example, the Industrial Revolution has changed how we live. And previous technology has already automated a lot of jobs and changed what we need. Hence, we had a conversation about 21st century skills, which basically means what do human beings need to survive or thrive in the 21st century? Now, I think that question has become more prominent in the age of smart machines. Artificial intelligence, no matter what, will replace jobs. And this time, according to many different analyses, smart machines will replace high-paying jobs that typically require college and graduate degrees. High-paying and highly educated jobs will be replaced. And that replacement is going to come probably fast, next 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years. And when those kind of jobs get replaced by machines, what else can we do? So what should human beings learn? What is learning has come to all of us. I think all as teachers, we need to think about this. When you played with ChatGPT, this is, again, the beginning of artificial intelligence. It's going to get more sophisticated, more advanced. It, of course, has a lot of problems. But if you try to play with it right now, it can give you essays, summary of explanation, summary of math problems, history problems, geography, chemistry, any subject. It is pretty smart. It can pass any high-stakes test like the SAT, the ACT, law school admissions test, medical school admissions test. It can do a lot of things. So do we still have to teach everything that we used to teach? Do you think what we used to teach, if it can be done by machines, we still have to teach that? That is the fundamental challenge for all educators. At this moment, there's no good answer. We don't know what to teach. So I propose to think this way. I propose in the age of smart machines, we need to prepare humans to become more human. We need to consider what machines cannot replace. There are a lot of human abilities that machines cannot not replace, at least for now. For example, creativity. Human beings can come up with problems for machines to solve, but machines typically cannot come up with the fancy problems that are meaningful. And so human beings can become problem identifiers. Then we use artificial intelligence to solve our problems. Human beings are social and emotional. Machines cannot be. So we need to develop a lot more human beings who understand human emotions, human psychology, and that's a different area of development. Also, human beings, most important, I would say, human beings are unique. Machines can solve a lot of problems, but they cannot replace humanity because human beings are unique. So we need to cultivate human beings, our students, as unique individuals who can identify problems worth solving. So how do we think about education from that angle? We need to think about to develop individual human beings through personalization. I think in future education, personalization is the only way to go to meet the needs of individual students, to help each and every student become uniquely great in their own way. And with today's technology, it is very possible that learning should be personalized and can be personalized. A teacher does not have to teach 25 students, 40 students. What teachers need to do is to organize them, is to become personal coaches for individual students. It is to bring resources for students. It is to provide guidelines for students. It is to help students move forward. With that said, I think one last thing we need to teach our students is teach them how to use ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence tools, and also to learn about the biases. There's intelligence tools may have bias, gender biases, race biases, and cultural biases. We need to teach them. We also need to teach our students how to use these tools. It's complex. Now a new profession is called prompt engineering. Can you find the right prompts? You need to know how to ask questions to get proper answers. You need to know how to interact with it to have meaningful results. So what I would say, in the age of smart machines, education has to change, but that change is not simple improvement. It is transformation. It is to rethink what's worth teaching and how teaching should be done. Thank you.
So Yong is not here, but let's go ahead and see if people have some questions they want to ask, and maybe we can, one question. Anybody have here they may want to pose for the group, think about, and maybe I can answer? And somebody monitor online if there's anything. Yeah, please. All right. So for those on the online space, the question was, should teachers be engaged in framing the questions that we need to be asking about the use of technology? I think that Yong's response would be the same as mine, and our approach is that the answer to that would be yes. And remember the admonition from Michael Fulham, let the group change the group. I think the only way to effectuate change that will last is for it to come from the bottom up. The dilemma, as he pointed out, is that do we know the right things to be asking in devising what we're going to use for there? So it's kind of a yes, and a yes with some help as we all navigate this path that is changing so rapidly. So with that, I think we're going to, have we posted the questions? We asked all the speakers to pose 2 questions for you to talk about in groups. And if you're in tables with just 2, if you want to merge with another table, feel free to do that. But what we'd like you to do is get together now for the next, is it 10 minutes? For the next day? There's my time Nazi right in front of me. For the next 10 minutes to discuss this. Remember, go use the Jamboard. The QR code and the URL are right there if you need to get on, and post some things for us to look at. And let's go to that now, and we'll let you know a minute before, so we let our people online know that we'll be getting back together. Thank you.